I'm very happy to be back with my neuro management video presentation, and I had promised to you that in this episode I will introduce to you the tailor making formula for communication. Now you have to study, you have to measure the non-standard person's various aspects and prepare a profile of that person. Now what should you study? You have to study what that person likes, what that person dislikes, what are his or her strengths, what are his or her weaknesses, and whether there is any unique or very interesting features in the person's personality. Right? So you have to make a chart either in your mental screen, or you have to start with difficult people. You can open a special profile in your laptop or in your smartphone. Right? Now, when you communicate with that person, you talk about what that person likes. Never enter into an area what or which he or she dislikes, then there will be conflict. You appreciate the person's strengths, never mention the person's weaknesses or deficiencies. You can start your communication with any interesting, remarkable, unique feature. For instance, look at my sort of hair, not hairstyle, the hair. Now, whatever little hair I have left here is of a different color than my side whiskers. My sideburns have turned grey, whereas whatever little hair I have left on top have not turned totally grey. So this is called salt and pepper sort of hairstyle. Okay, so you can identify Dr. Ganguli from a distance by looking at my salt and pepper hair growth. So this is a unique feature. Now, I'll share two case studies here. One is from a Tata Group company, Tata Refractories, Belpahar, where the boss was a non-standard person, the subordinate was a standard person of standard height, standard weight. Now the subordinate had attended one of my communication workshops and he was trained by me. So after my workshop, when he went to his boss's chamber with him, earlier he had frequent conflicts because boss was very thin and lean, very lanky, tall person, very egoistic, very rigid and very reserved. He would not express himself very freely. So now that this subordinate, after my training, he went to his chamber, he found something very interesting on the boss's desk, Ramdev Babaji's photo. So he started his communication on this very topic. A photo is a display, it's an artificial. A photo, a tie, a watch, ladies' jewelries, whatever are displays and which are kept in front of you are liked by that person. That is why he or she likes to display them. So this is a display. Details are natural, like as I said, this salt and pepper hairstyle, this is natural. So in the formula, the first L is looking around for displays and details. So this person looked around for this display and he found this photograph. So he started his conversation on that. Is that Ramdev Babaji's photograph? Yes, of course. Do you know him? I don't know him personally, but I was greatly benefited by his Ayurvedic medicine. You know, my lifestyle is such, I am such a busy manager. I had very irregular food habits and I had very bad timings of my meals. So I was suffering from indigestion and acidity, all those kinds of things. Company doctor could not cure me, homeopath could not cure me. So finally I took some Ayurvedic medicine from Ramdev Babaji's collection and I got readily cured. So I have become his admirer. Now the boss opened his drawer, and from the drawer he took out a thin volume written by Ramdev Babaji about his Ayurvedic medicine, and he gave it to the subordinate. Why don't you have a copy and read it? He was working in the plant. Sometimes he work on night shift, sometimes morning shift, sometimes day shift, sometimes general shift. You also have irregular lifestyle. So why don't you start on not something medicine, but some very good, jam, jelly, Ayurvedic products. So all details are here. Now this subordinate took that book, and he knew my advice that next time the boss will start his conversation on that book itself. And he got prepared next time, and obviously they developed a very good rapport. So whatever suggestion the subordinate made to the boss, his rigidity was removed. He became very open, very flexible, and he just could listen by opening his mind to the suggestions made by the subordinate. So this is the first L in the formula LLF. LLF is the formula for Neuro Managing Communication and for studying the person, non-standard person. The first L is looking around for displays and details. The second L is listening without any interruption. I have been telling you in my earlier episodes on communication that active listening is a must, particularly when you're studying a person and you want to develop a bridge, develop a rapport with that person. You must listen rather than talking. If you talk too much, the other person will read you or study you. So in this case, the subordinate of the Tata refractories is listen to the boss with apt attention. And last is F in the formula, feeling. You empathize while listening with your body language, with your tone, with your vocal sort of intonation. You empathize, like, is it so? Oh my God, I'm sure you could overcome this. I could not have overcome this if I were in your position. So these are empathetic sort of comments. Now, second case study. This is from an Abbey Birla Group company, Hindalco. You know, Hindalco is a very big aluminium giant in Asia. We have conducted programs in Hindalco's Renukot plant, Hindalco's Orissa plant, Hindalco's Muri plant in Jharkhand. So this is a case study from Muri. Boss is a non-standard person in height, in weight, sort of short person, a little on the flabby side, obese. So such people are very social type. They are not physical type. Their social brain is very active. They do not want to spend much physical energy. They spend much social energy in communicating with people. They are very emotional. So the subordinate I trained in my workshop, he went to his boss, and this time he was observing the desk and he found a family photograph. So he opened his he went with a problem actually, and he wanted the solution. He could not solve it. So he started his communication not with the problem, but with this photograph. Is that your family photograph? Yes, of course. How do you like them? Oh, you have lovely children, and is that your wife? She's so pretty. And the body of the boss came forward. I had trained you earlier, there are two kinds of movements, away and forward, towards. So towards is a sign of liking you. So the boss started liking the subordinate. So he started talking about the family a little, what are the talents the wife has. She can sing songs, she can play sitar, and the children are very good in sports and games and swimming, and so on and so forth. And this person had to listen. Finally, he placed his problem to the boss, and the boss immediately solved it. No problem, I will get it solved. You don't worry. You go back to your workstation, I will get it solved. You are not getting supply of materials. I will immediately. He picked up the phone and immediately instructed the store to supply materials readily. So I've given you 2 case studies how, by using the formula of tailor-making communication, LLF or Neuro Communication formula, 2 different subordinates in 2 different companies in the private sector, big giants, solved their problems and developed rapports with their bosses. Thank you very much. You must start practicing this LLF formula and get results. And we'll be meeting very soon with the next episode on communication.